Hey guys, welcome to this video. Here I'm going to be taking you through how to do timesheets in XPM. Now there are 4 different methods of doing timesheets. I'm going to be taking you through each of them now. So let's jump in XPM and we'll check it out together. Right, so here I am in XPM. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm on the dashboard. So to do the first lot of timesheets, if we go over here to enter time, you'll see there's the daily and the weekly methods here. And at the moment we're on daily. So what we can do is you can see we've got the date, which defaults to today's date. Then you can select the job, and you need to be allocated to these jobs in order for them to show in this list here. So these are the jobs I've been allocated to. So let's say we go to A1 lawn care, budgeting and cash flow forecast. So I've chosen the job. Now I need to choose the task that we're working on, which is budgeting and cash flow projection. So that's what I've been saying a number of times, is you can't just put time to a job. It has to be a task within the job. So what I've done is I've chosen the job. Now I've chosen the task. Now I can put the time in, so I can go 2.5. So when I go 2.5, it's going to auto-correct to 2 hours and 30 minutes. So if I wanted to put 2 hours 30, I need to use the little colon here rather than a decimal point. So that's the difference. So you can go 2.5 or I can go 2 semicolon 30. Now I can put my notes in. Notes of what I did in there, and then you can hit save. So that's one way of doing a timesheet. That's the daily method, and that's probably one of the most common methods that are used. Now I'm going to show you how you do the weekly timesheet. So in the same place, from dashboard, timesheet into weekly. And this is just a different display. So what I can do here is I can see all the jobs I've worked on in the last fortnight, which are going to automatically populate in this list. And then I can put my time in. So let's say I did some more work on Action Group Limited's cash flow projection. So I can put 2 hours in here and any notes if I want, just like that. And I can go through and put all of my time in. So let's say I also want to put an hour to this one here. Now, if there isn't a job and a task in this list, we can select it from the top. So if I go to Arthur and Jack Limited, annual accounts, and then choose the February-March GST, I can hit add, and that's going to put it onto my list here at the bottom. So I can go and put, 0.5, which would be half an hour. Just like that. And once I've done all my times, you can see at the bottom I've done 9.5 hours. I can hit save. And that has saved our timesheets there. So those are the first 2 methods. That's the daily and the weekly timesheets. And the key thing to note here is this is for my timesheets. As you can see up the top here, I'm logged in as Will McTavish. So when I go to my timesheets, these are timesheets for Will McTavish. Now, what I can also do is go to jobs, go to the job manager and select one of these jobs. Let's go to job 12 here, Jack and Arthur Limited. And I can also do a timesheet directly into the job. Now this method is slightly different because what I can do is, because I'm an administrator, I can put time in on behalf of other staff members. So for example, I can do a timesheet on behalf of Caitlin here, and then choose annual accounts and then put 1 hour in, 1 hour, and then notes, and then hit save. So this is only for administrators. So when you're going and choosing all your permissions for your staff, you can select the ability to do timesheets on behalf of other staff members. Now, obviously you don't want all of your team to be able to do this, but for those administrators there, it's something that you may want that option to be turned on for. So those are 3 methods I've taken you through: daily, weekly, and also directly into jobs. And the difference between direct into jobs is you can do timesheets on behalf of other staff members if you have those permissions enabled. The last one here is the time clock, and this is quite a new feature in XPM. So what you can do is click on this time clock up here, and you can hit the plus button and then start the timer. And this will just start rolling over, and then we can say what we're working on. So we can go, we're working on this, let's go in the bottom, James & Co Limited annual accounts, then choose the task, which was annual accounts, and then we can just let that roll over, click out, and that's gonna keep rolling over. And when I finish, I can click back into it, and then I can hit stop, and then it loads the timesheet. I can add a note if I like, and then hit save. Just like that. And what's different about this time clock as opposed to the other 3 methods is I don't actually have to be allocated to the jobs in order to do my timesheets through the time clock method. So if I'm not allocated to a job, I can't put the time in under the weekly or the daily timesheet method, but I can do it under the time clock method. So there's 4 different methods there. What I'll do is I'll go through and have a play with each of those and get familiar with them. And then you can make a decision on how you want to do your timesheets. And bear in mind, throughout your practice, people might be choosing different methods. So when you do your training, it's a good idea to show them all 4 methods. And from there, they can choose which would suit them best. So hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video.